Hey everyone, I'm Heather and welcome back to my channel. So we are back today with I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. In the last one, looks like we found what food Cal's bug friend needs to have. Hopefully it's not dead. It was another glow season. At the end we turned 14. We cannot eat pixie beans anymore. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I cannot talk to Cal, I think. Oh, let's see. Cal is listlessly kicking his sports ball around. This kid stuff, he says, eventually just kicking into the garden. Sports is just like war games for kids, you know? Winners and losers and thinking your team is the best and everyone else sucks. He shrugs. I just like doing important stuff now, is all. Okay. I guess let's see what these guys want. You catch Dis on the ridge overlooking the wilderness, bobbing his head along to something playing through his ear speak. He doesn't notice you walk up. He jumps when you tap him on the shoulder and scrambles to turn off his holopalm. Don't sneak up on me like that, he grumbles, then flops backwards onto the grass to look up at you. Man, I was just getting to the good part of the song. What are you listening to? Oh, you haven't heard of it. Close. Dis looks away. It's just some old music from Earth. You probably wouldn't like it. Try me. You sit down beside Dis. And extend your hand to link your holopalms. Dis stares at you for a few seconds before pressing his palm to yours. Music floods your brain through your ear speak. I'm pretty sure we've already had a similar situation with him. Dis takes his hand back and weaves his fingers together, timid. I listen to a lot of Earth music, he says. Do you like it? He asks. I love this band. Dis cracks a small smile, relieved. Good, he says. It's my favorite right now. I always listen to the same album on repeat. It's comfort music. I really like her voice. He stares into his lap. Sometimes I feel like the lyrics are about me, he admits. They're just so deep. Like my soul really gets this kind of music. But don't tell anyone, okay? It makes me feel better thinking that someone knows my pain. Even if it's just a dead Earth woman. Sounds deep, man. Dis nods and closes his eyes. Yeah, he replies. I have a lot of time to think. Not like everyone else here. Oh, that's interesting. We haven't had a lot of artwork like this. You lie back in the grass and listen to Dis's music for a while. We could do this. Do we want to? We could. We don't have this. Do we want to? I guess so. We can. You reach out tentatively and just link your pinky fingers with Dis, feeling him tense up beside you. He darts you a nervous glance, then looks back up at the sky when he sees you looking back at him. His cheeks go completely red. He doesn't hold your hand, but he doesn't move his away either. Okay, so I guess we've made a move. Tangent looks up from her holopalm, blinking as her eyes refocus on the middle distance and then on you. Her previously long hair is gone, buzzed close to her scalp. You almost didn't recognize her when you first saw her. You wonder if it was caused by a lab accident or something. Hello, Heather, she says, already cagey. Did you need something? No, I just came by to say hello. The faintest hint of relief passes across Tange's face. You get the impression that not pressing her on her personal appearance was a wise choice. Oh, well, hello then, Tange replies. She raised her hand as if to push her hair out of her face, but stops when she realizes what she's done. I'm rather busy at the moment, actually, so if you don't mind, you can take a hint. Okay. Ooh, look at her hair. Nem grabs you by the shoulders. Heather, you gotta help me, she says urgently. Mom keeps talking about how we're all going to have to start having babies when she gets this look about her. I don't want to have any scungy babies. Nem shudders with her whole body. Why'd I gotta be in a girl body anyway? I'm tougher and stronger than lots of boys, and no one's telling them they gotta have babies. I could do that, and I'd get a thing. Let's try that. On your way to the sports ball pitch, Nem shares the story about the time her brother Com once spiked the ball so hard that he broke Utopia's nose, back when she used to play sports ball too. She describes it in gory detail. But don't go easy on me, she exclaims. That's why we have med beds, right? Plus, I might get a cool scar. She thumbs a blue scaled scar on her jaw, right under her ear. Okay. So what would I want to do? Let's do the shovel dirt one. It's not always shoveling. Sometimes you get to control the huge robotic vehicle that has been fitted with a plow. The robo-plow is massive and intimidating and can easily grind through rocks or even trees. But the colony only has one, so you have to be very careful when you give it instructions. You're tasked with taking a bunch of rocks out of a field and given the robo-plow to do it. Cal loads its software up on his holopalm, and there's a lot going on there. All these digital gauges and a long list of possible subroutines with parameters to enter. Heather, he says, nervously poking the interface, do you want to try doing this? Gains robo-power. Let's try robo-power. Not a great card, though. Easy peasy. You give it the dimensions of the fields you're plowing, the desired depth, and add a subroutine for rock removal indicating the general size of the rocks. The machine whirs and adjusts its digging tools, then sets to work. You get the field cleared in record time, and you and Cal enjoy a half day off. Okay, we need to get rid of some of these smaller cards. I got everything. Okay. Okay, we'll do you. Do you. Do you, and do you. That should win it. Just barely, but we did get some bonuses. It's your birthday. You wake from a night of blissfully peaceful dreams. No nightmares, no premonitions. Just a pleasant feeling of contentment. You stretch your arms over your head, blinking in the watery, quiet sunlight that seeps through the porthole window. Things are always changing on Vertumna, but you can't help but feel like things are changing for yourself too. Not just your body, but your mind, your emotions, your future. 14 is going to be your year. Your parents have been working around the clock since the last attack, trying to get the fields right again in time for this year's planting. Spark snow has already started falling, and every day they come home complaining about having to clear it. They ask you to ping them when you're awake so you can share birthday breakfast in your quarters instead of sitting shoulder to shoulder with everyone else during breakfast service in the canteen. You fire them a message and lie back in your bunk, watching dust motes float lazily in the light. After a minute, there's a knock at your door. It's Auntie Sedent. She sweeps into your room in a bustle of skirts and shawls and sits down beside you on your bunk. Oh, look at you, she says. Happy birthday, beautiful. 14 years old. She leans in and gives you a motherly kiss on the forehead. It's been years since she took care of you in the children's creche, but all the kids still call her Auntie and think of her as a close relative. Her sweet baking bread smell is as comforting as it ever was. She sits back and takes one of your hands in both of hers. Heather, ever since I held you in my arms as a baby, I knew you were so special, so important. You're becoming a young woman, but I want you to know I will always, always be here for you, just like your mom and dad, she says firmly. Smart for my age. Thanks. That one does have a gem on it. How about this one, because it does have a gem? She laughs and releases your hand. Well then, Miss Maturity, how about you call me Auntie Anne from now on, like the other adults do? Now, come on in here, Auntie Anne says, spreading her arms wide. Give us a great big hug. You hug her, enveloping yourself in the warm and familiar softness of her. Over her shoulder, you see Nem standing in the doorway. Well, her hair anyway. She's been growing it out and there's no hiding it behind a corner. She skips into your quarters. Happy birthday, bud, she says, bouncing on your bunk. Way to get older. Enjoy being 2 years older than me for a few months. It's good you're both here, Anne says, now that you've both been menstruating for about a year. Nem makes a face and mutters yuck, but Anne continues. You're both eligible for the cessation implant. Among other things, it will prevent the bleeding and pain and the emotional roller coaster of your monthly cycle. They're adding in more artwork now. Mom, Nem hollers, gross. Do you have to tell everyone about my cycle? I just don't want to get pregnant, okay? Anne laughs. Well, yes, that is the among other things part, but I don't expect you to be needing that part for a few years yet, right? Nem looks disgusted by the prospect, or maybe just by her mom talking about it. What's the matter, scared? Gross-a-roni. Okay. No, Nem exclaims, punching you in the arm. No, of course not. It just super sucks that now everyone's talking about how I'm becoming a woman and how I'll finally look different than my brothers. Duh. She points at you. Don't you start to. I'll still kick your ass in sports ball, even with cramps. Your parents finally arrive, still damp from the fields and bringing in the smell of crisp, tangy snow on their clothes. Oh, look, birthday visitors, your dad exclaims. Anne, are you staying for breakfast? Anne reaches into her bag and brings out a stack of tiffins. No, thank you, but I brought your order with me from the kitchens, seeing as I was stopping by. She pats your hand one more time. Happy birthday again, Heather. You'll always be my baby, even when you're all grown up. Your mom shakes her head as Anne and Nem leave. Oh, Anne, she laughs, sentimental to the core. She starts laying out the cutlery for breakfast. But I don't know how the colony would manage without her and the children's crush. She says, pointing a fork at you. Family is more than the people that birthed you, Heather, and don't you forget it. Okay. I guess we're not given the option anymore to talk to Cal about his thing. +1 to physical cards. Okay. Okay, Mars is looking cute too. I like the update. We didn't get much of an update. Like, we don't look very different. What do we want to do? Toughness would be good right now. Toughness, friendship with Cal. That would do that. I mean, we get more from there. That would probably give us more over here as well. Lookout duty. We could try lookout duty. Perception. Combat. And animals. What is that plus it's giving me? Oh, kudos. I wonder if we do this, we can get another thing for his thing, or if it's just gone now. Hey, Squirt, your mom calls out to you. Don't you think it's time you start thinking about what you're going to do when you get older? You look at her confusion. Isn't she always telling you to stay in school? She chuckles. You got to think about it sometime, kid. How about you come join your folks on the farm, if you think you're up for it? I'm ready. Your mom claps you on the back. Oof. She's just as strong as she looks. Great, she says. Come see me in Geoponics when you're ready to start. It'll be more fun than wheeling dirt around, I promise. Okay. +1 to red cards. Okay, so I guess let's do 2, 3, 3. Okay, that would give me 4. That's not gonna give me... We gotta change this one then. Okay. Alright. And we had that card. Lake Quiet. Did someone have a birthday in Lake Quiet? She was early dust. Cal. What was Cal's birthday? Late dust. And then early wet. Okay, so no birthdays. Nobody to talk to specifically. Do you go to engineering much? Mars asks. I tried to go talk to Tangent because she never wants to just hang out anymore. Not since she started working on that big project. Mars snaps her gum. You know about that, right? Or am I just special? Okay. Should I go to engineering? I haven't done that in a while. Work in the depot. Let's visit the supply depot. I have 87 kudos. +5 biology. Cake. +5 persuasion, +1 bonus to pairs. That might be good, because I don't have a lot of that. Okay, so I think I need to look up over this way. The memories. Let's look at the collectibles. Let's look at the gear. Okay, so I have locked need perk. +1 to challenges. Now, can these be changed? So maybe the freaky? This is the one I just got. +1 skill on challenge win. Huh. I wonder how I get those perks. These are my memories. I need to get rid of these 0-point cards still. That one. This one here. And then I have a couple multicolored cards. Okay. We'll try that and see what it does. I guess let's try out the biology one. Or not biology. Engineering. It'll help us get up our reasoning, too. You see a notice on the engineering holoweb. Chief Engineer Instance needs someone to help with after-school tutoring. Literally anyone who isn't a complete idiot will do. Because she's desperate, please apply. Apply for the job. You tell Dr. Instance you're interested in the job. She looks up from her holopalm like she just noticed you exist. Yes, you'll do, she says, nodding. The younger, slower kids are having trouble keeping up with congruence sometimes. You mostly have to just pat them on the back now and then and stop them from wandering off when they're supposed to be studying. No offense, but anyone with a pulse could do it. You wait for further instruction. Instant sighs, shooing you away dismissively. You know where the classrooms are. Just come when you're not doing whatever nonsense teenagers do here. So we unlocked tutoring and engineering. Okay, I want to get rid of those. Lots of this. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't like that. I mean, we still gotta do it, don't we? 20. Yeah, no, I don't like it. Oh, that's terrible. Can I change this while we're here? No, I cannot. That's unfortunate. What's this? Sort card by value. Okay, that didn't help. What about this? Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not sure I like this. I do like the +1. Because that would have made not great. I should have done different orders too, but okay, early pollen. There's Dad with his pollen allergies again. You can hear your dad sneeze all the way from engineering. It's explosive, like he's trying to scare away predators. He wipes his nose as you approach, on a handkerchief blotted with shimmering pink. Lately, he's also surrounded by a fine dust of pink pollen that clings to him wherever he goes. You keep brushing the glitter off things in your quarters. He gives you a hug, then brushes pollen off your shoulders, laughing self-consciously. You haven't heard him laugh much lately. He's been working hard trying to improve the colony's food supply. He's showing sign of malnourishment too, though your mom is worse. You're worried for both of them. Your dad's skin is kind of shiny in patches. He sees you staring and rubs his hands over his arms. Sparkling dust poofs off him in little clouds, scintillating in the light. Oh yeah, that's a new symptom, he says. Seems harmless though. You should be wearing your mask. And hide this beautiful face, your dad laughs, rubbing his nose, especially now that it sparkles. He makes a big show of checking his pockets. I guess I must have left my respirator back at the greenhouse. Why can't he just take care of himself? Your dad sniffles. Gosh, I feel like someone stuffed a whole potato pod up my nose, he says. Like I could just poke a stick up there and pop fresh potato juice. Dad, gross. He just grins. What? It's true. You follow his gaze out to the fields and the lands outside the gate. I wonder if the foragers could use an extra hand, he muses to himself. Yeah, maybe I'll join them out there tomorrow. Neither of your parents is taking proper care of themselves. They're so stressed out from the poor harvest and low food supplies. They try not to let you see it, but you can tell. Maybe your dad is right. A little seasonal illness is nothing compared to the danger of running out of food. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do? Cow. We've already talked to you about that. Xenobotany, work the farm. That's new. That would do toughness and biology, which I don't need necessarily. That is biology and organization. I'm gonna go back here with the tutor children thing. Reasoning, empathy, kudos, and stress. Let's try this one. You show up to class to find congruence teaching a classroom of younger children. Instance is nowhere to be found. In the absence of further direction, you settle in to help the students with their work. After half an hour, Instance pokes her head into the classroom. Oh good, you're already here, she says. I trust you'll be able to handle yourself in all subjects and with students of all ages. Ask Congruence if you need any help. She turned to leave, but then stops and turns back to you. Thank you, Heather, she says quietly. Since Professor Hal died, well, Congruence and myself are poor replacements for him. I'm grateful for your help. You settle in to help the younger students learn how to use their holopalms to access the HoloNet, Congruence's massive database. Congruence has everything they could ever need: music, movies, games, novels, and comics, a calculator, a timer, an encyclopedia, textbooks, the colony's social media, specialized tools for different jobs like architectural holograms. It's a massively powerful tool, and it's in their literal hands. They're mostly interested in the games. Some understand it less than others. Why do we gotta read about stuff? Nougat whines, poking dejectedly at her holoscreen. The skin around her newly implanted holopalm looks a little red, like she keeps picking at it. I just want to play. That looks infected. You take a closer look at Nougat's holopalm implant. The edges where it meets the skin are peeling back, and it looks red and puffy. No wonder she's having a hard time concentrating. It looks like it really hurts. You take her to medbay, put some antibiotic cream on it, and wrap her hand so she stops picking at it. She's excused from this lesson until her implant heals properly, so you spend some time with her afterwards showing her how her own holopalm works. The quieter environment of the medbay seems to help her concentrate, and soon she's zipping through Congruence's archives on her own. Looks like you're pretty good at this tutoring business. Okay, 22, and we're all ones. Okay, I don't really want that one. Let's do 2. 2, 2. I guess we'll just grab a random one. And 4. That's not enough. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, I could push through. Oh, okay. Let's go back here. I wonder if it would be better to have those be ones and have it be like a full blue. Yeah. Okay. That works better. All right. You're at lunch with your parents. Sliced soy cakes and watery broth again. Great. When they put down their cutlery and look at each other. Then you. Heather, your mom says, there's something we should tell you. We've tried to shelter you from some things, but we think you should know why we've been working so hard in geoponics. There's a meeting after lunch, and I want you to come with us. Okay. You follow your parents to the council room. Mars is also tagged along, and you take your seat near them as your mom and Auntie Anne stand to address the council. After Uticott officially calls the meeting, she gestures to your mom. I'm not going to mince words, your mom says firmly. All of our efforts to increase food production in geoponics have failed, especially given the failure of the pixie beans. The destruction of the fields during the last attack put the nail in our coffin. By the end of the year, the colony will run out of food. The rest of the council murmurs in concern. You and Mars exchange horrified looks. You've been doomsaying about our food supply for 2 years, Flulu, Rhett questions. Do you mean to say we're past the point of no return? Your mother nods grimly. I'm afraid so. Even with rationing, without securing a Vertumnan food source, our supplies will run out by wet season. She gestures to Anne, whose face is grave. Anne and I have gone over the supplies and come up with food plans. We've crunched the numbers. Your mom sighs and spreads her hands. I'm sorry, Geoponics should have been producing better by now. We should have been able to wean ourselves off the soy rations. During wormhole transit, when we lost geoponics in the hull breach, she sighs again. I know I've said it so many times, but our crops just don't grow here. We need those algae tanks. We need the microbial soil from Earth. It's not Mom's fault. It's not. The survival of the colony shouldn't rest on one person's shoulders. It's not fair. She's been working harder than anyone. She did everything she could. The council mumbles in agreement. You decide they probably never really blamed her or your dad. The only holdout is Mars, who crosses her arms and grumbles that it's clearly a problem with leadership. So what do we do now? Instance asks. Starving to death isn't an option. No, it isn't, your mom replies. We need to secure a food source this year, before our rations run out. We're working double shifts in geoponics, but it's not enough. We need more people planting, tending, turning the soil. We need more hands. I can pull back the surveyors and focus on foraging native plants, Utopia offers. Even the young folks can help, if they've proven themselves around the survey equipment. I'll send out a holo message later. Okay, so we unlocked forage in the valley. This has been the burden of geoponics for too long, Udicott says. It's time we all step up. For our future. The council nods in agreement. Your stomach rumbles ominously. Okay. So, with that dire message, I guess we're going to go ahead and end here. In the next episode, we will perhaps try the foraging thing that just unlocked. But yeah, that's going to be everything for this time, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!